Hey YouTubers, it's Tony with Mayberry Mini Trucks. Today is Saturday, September 9th, 2020. And we have several videos that we're doing today. Um, I don't know what time it is. It's probably 7 o'clock in the morning, somewhere in that neighborhood. But it's an absolutely beautiful morning. It's a autumn is approaching kind of morning where it's about 67 degrees out, 66 degrees out. The dove hunters are over there. I don't know if you can see their trucks, but I suppose they'll be eating dove gravy this morning. I'm not sure exactly how that works, but um, this is a Subaru mini truck. And this is for Sam in California. Needless to say, Sam is a long distance customer, and our protocol for long distance customers is to do a very um, intensive review of the truck um, with a video, and that's as good a proxy as we can produce without him actually being here in person. So this is a 1995 Subaru Sambar, four-wheel drive, 5-speed with extra low first gear, and it has 34,866 miles. So we're going to go ahead and start at the front of the vehicle. And this is a truck with a few bumps and bruises, and I'm going to point those out throughout the video. And so first, we always try to start at the front of the vehicle. That's not rust, but that's just like um, I don't know, a dent or some sort of abrasion there. And you can see up here the door trim, or the door gasket rather. I mean, it's there, but looks like it got detached at some point. Okay, so coming down the front of the vehicle, we're going to look at the front and see if there's any damage. We have an abrasion there that was touched up and there. But as far as any dings, I really don't see any. And dew is our biggest nemesis when searching for dings. So it helps to wipe the dew, and then you have a smooth surface. But we do not have any dings on the front of this vehicle, which is very nice. All right. Front bumper looks good. Another area where they touched up with touch-up paint there. And now the door panel, we're going to look for any body damage on the door. And I do not see any. I see one ding right here. And a good looking wheel. And this is the underneath of the front driver's wheel housing. And looking down this side, we have one ding from the inside out right there. The bed has been painted. I remember mentioning this last time where I went like this, and I said it doesn't look like there's anything in there in terms of damage. The inside of the bed has been painted, completely painted, but it doesn't appear that there's any rust damage. Now this is the typical Japanese, they put tape here because this was loose. But that's not really the right way to fix it. What happened is this tang has migrated over this way over the years, and all it takes is a hammer to move that back, and that completely solves the problem, rather than putting the tape on there, because the tape is really kind of a band-aid. So you can see where they painted all this, painted this, painted everything. They just coated the whole thing, kind of like we might use bed liner. So let me go ahead and do this. But it's all there. There's no rot, no cancer. So that coating of paint probably did serve its purpose. And I will tighten those tangs. Now, the rear of the tailgate also has several touch-up places. A touch-up place there. The bottom has been touched up. Touch-up paint there. Kind of an eggshell color. So you can tell easily where they put the touch-up paint. And now, for this side, we also have some touch-up paint applied to it. And we do not have any dings at all on that bedside panel. Now for the door. I know it seems crazy, but this really is the only way when there's dew on the door that you can tell. Okay, we have a ding right there. And and we have a dent right there, like an impression. Not anything sharp or severe. You may not even be able to see it, but I can see it. Just like you took a kickball and just went boom. There you go. Okay, now let's open the passenger door. And this has got touch-up paint here. You can see they weren't the most genteel applicator of their touch-up paint, but they used it nonetheless. And I'd say to good effect. Looks really good under here. Let's get a good view under this mat. Oh yeah, nice. Okay, now the bottom of the passenger door. You can see their trim hooks. It's literally a hook that hangs down and hooks the trim. Nice. That's Subaru for you. They've got their own way of doing things, and they don't care what anybody else does. They're not going to, Subaru doesn't think outside of the box. They burn the box. And then, then they come up. So this is liner on the inside of the cover. And then here, so that's that liner right there, kind of blowing out. What happened is the back of the seat came disattached. That's your jack and your jack handle. And you can see where they sealed holes. So somebody had mounted something at the rear of the cab wall, and then later they sealed them shut with like silicone rubber. Okay, now let's go around to the other side. And let's look at the driver's door. There's that same hook. And now, I'm gonna look under the mat. Nice. Very nice. Okay, so now we're going to take it for a test drive. Starts right up. We are in two-wheel drive. One of the nice things about a Subaru is with the engine being in the back, when you're on wet grass and two-wheel drive, you're probably not going to spin out as you would in just about any other mini truck. Well, any other mini truck. You have to be very, very careful with your clutch pedal. But with the Subaru, the engine is in the back, so you have an advantage there. So now we're going down a pretty steep hill, and and the whole point of this test drive is just to see how it does when we get it up to speed, and then come back up the hill and see how it performs coming up a steep hill, to see how the power is. Mayberry Mini Trucks got the law passed in North Carolina, making mini trucks street legal. So you will get a title. There's no extra charge. We've changed the oil with full synthetic engine oil, changed the air filter, the oil filter, test driven the truck, make sure, it idles properly and has good power, and make sure the four-wheel drive works. We make sure that things like the charging system charges, the basic stuff. We make sure we get that dialed in. Okay, so the sun will be in our camera here for part of the drive. Now, we're in fourth gear, beginning our ascent, but we're not really at the steep part yet. Now, we're in fifth gear. So, I get a pretty early indication of good power. And I know the windows are fogged. It's just the time of day. It's a very wet day. But the point is, we're going to leave it in fifth gear here as we round this sharp turn going up a steep hill. Now we're going just about 30 kilometers per hour, still in fifth gear, climbing this steep hill, and we're increasing in speed, which is nothing short of remarkable. It's the kind of thing you really never want to do to a vehicle, but it's an excellent test to see how it performs under extremely adverse conditions, which is what this is. So climbing a hill in fifth gear at a very slow speed, that if it does well, there you go. That was great. We got up to 45 up that hill, and and to me, that's the most important part. Now this truck has its bumps and bruises. I think we saw Like, the door trim on both sides had been, I don't know what, like they took it off and put it back on. It had lots of touch-up spots on it, which I pointed out, every one that I was able to see. But it was remarkably straight, the body panels. And somebody had mounted something in the bed and then sealed the holes shut with silicone. That was behind the seats. And the seat backing had come disattached, that thin fabric, and you could see some of the liner uh, blowing around. But the seats are actually in pretty good shape. Other than that, the headliner looks beautiful too. So, this is a truck with some bumps and bruises. It's not a unicorn, but the whole point is I didn't have to pay as much for it. So, while I don't know how much this truck cost, I'm confident that there's a correlation that with its bumps and bruises, it's not a $10,500 truck either. So that's what we try to do. We try to get the best value that we can and be very wise in our purchasing. And we get that right about 98% of the time. We still get skunked occasionally. There are auctions in Japan that just don't show things like they should. They may not lift that bed mat and show us under the bed mat. Or, something may not appear until we get it to the United States, meaning it doesn't run well when it reaches normal operating temperature, or the four-wheel drive might be broken. But 98% of the time, we wind up with a really nice vehicle. And this is a good, clean vehicle with its bumps and bruises. So, if you are interested in this vehicle, um, if you're interested in this vehicle, Sam, let us know. And our telephone number is 336-777-9957. Our email address is sales@mayberryminitrucks.com. And if anyone would like to check out our website, you can see our website at mayberryminitrucks.com. And I would like to ask that you please subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit notification. The benefit to you would be that you'll be notified when we post a video such as this, and when a shipment of inventory comes in, and we are about to get deluged with inventory. I think I counted 110 on the way. So, yeah, thank you for watching our video.